What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. We have got an action-packed episode for you today guys. First of all, I sold a couple of players. Trippier went and Gulu went. We got almost 200k coins. I haven't even started selling my bronze players that will be applicable in marquee matchups. There's quite a few that we'll be able to get rid of here today. French League 2 players specifically are selling for like 400 to 700 coins each. And I have lots of them. So especially if we can get some that are in League SBCs, and the silver ones as well should be really valuable. Maybe 2 to 3k, maybe 1 to 2k. But yeah, they should be. We should have a lot of value in here basically. Now people only need 2 of these, but still should be good enough to generate, you know, some coins. You know, even if it's 50, 60k from all of the bronze pack methods, that's fine. But EA released a couple of daily SBCs which are done, marquee matchups which are done, and they also released PIQUE, and I'm actually going to do him. He's going to go straight into my squad too. He is going to go in instead of Jimenez. I still want to get another. I think I want to get Ramos alongside him, right? So yeah, he's going to sit in there. We haven't turned him in yet. The reason why I think I want to get him and then pair him with Ramos is because then I'll have like a tank and a pace merchant. Not that Eder Militao is slow by any stretch of the imagination. 200 games on him from us. But yeah, I think that the card is under 100k right now. I had bought Tobes on the SBC thing. You put Chong as worth. It's not worth. No, he's an absolute scam. 25k coins for a guy who wouldn't even get on the reserves bench of the reserves bench. So you know, guys, this Scream Chong, not worth it. He's got decent shot power, okay pace and rounded physicals, but his passing is terrible. His dribbling is terrible. And then his shooting is like mid-range. For 20k coins, even 25k coins, you're better off just going and buying Riyad Mahrez or anyone that you want, really, because they'd be better than him. For PK, I bought a couple of high-rated players. I actually thought we might get a Scream SBC. I saw some murmurs on Reddit that there was a potential Scream SBC coming, like a Scream pack. So I bought some high-rated players. I've since sold them. One of those was Sergio Busquets. I also bought 3 informs as well. I've already turned in the first team for PK. So this is the second squad here. Rakitic, who's untradeable for us, and Sergio Busquets, that inform that I picked up as well. And then just other cards already out of the club. So really cheap to complete. 28k, 30k, and then boom, we get that one done. And that leaves us, guys, not only with PK complete, but it also leaves us with 9 quite nice packs to open. A couple of weird packs, dead packs and such, but yeah, generally speaking, some quite nice packs. And then what we're going to do after that is put our squad together. Maybe I'll go and buy Sergio Ramos to pair up next to PK. And at that point, I have a squad I'm really happy with, except for one spot, and that's Lucas Vazquez I've got in the team right now. And I've got him in the team to try and complete objectives to get more packs, because all Scream cards are in packs now until Sunday at 6 p.m. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, so the downsides to this PK, his high medium work rates, shouldn't make much of a difference for a centre-back because they're always on stay back while attacking, right? So it shouldn't make too much difference. The upside is he's 6'4", which is great for this game. He's also got insane sprint speed, but his acceleration is not great. His agility and balance are not great, but the rest of his card is, by all accounts, immaculate. You know, great strength and aggression, unbelievable defensive stats, reactions, ball control and composure are brilliant, passing's very good. I'm probably going to put either a shadow or an anchor on him. An anchor makes him a 95 rated centre-back. Again, not that that tells the full picture in FIFA, but I'm probably going to apply an anchor chem style to PK, guys. And yeah, he's going to go in my squad. But that does leave us with 9 packs to go. And that gives us potential to get something good. Obviously, we packed Salah yesterday. Well, we got Premium Gold Players Pack twice, Prime Electrum, 2 Rare Electrums, Prime Mix, Rare Mix, Small Prime Mix, and Small Rare Mix. So we'll start with a Small Prime Mix Players Pack. And this is all players as well, which is really nice. So we're about to add a lot of players into our club. Obviously, yesterday our pack luck was good. We got Scream Trippier, we got Mohamed Salah. And then today we're already up to 200,000 coins in the bank. We've completed PK. I've got some other cards and some other items in general that I've invested in, and we've probably got about 200 to 300k's worth of cards. Oh, we've got a border walkout here. Yeah, 200 to 300k's worth of cards in the club of just gold stuff that we can get rid of. So it's going to be Jean Moutinho, not bad, an 84 rated. I hold on to him. Premier League 84s. You got to imagine one day or another they're going to spike in price. Oh, this guy could be worth a bit. I'll hold on to him for League SBCs. And then this guy will just drop up for 2k. And this guy will just drop up for 2 ticks. And then if they sell, they sell. If they don't, they don't. We've got one more small players. No, so rare mixed, prime mixed. Let's get rid of that prime mixed players pack. So 12 players again, 6 rares, but only 4 golds. It's another board or walkout. Come on, EA. It's not a walkout. It's only a board again, sadly. Hopefully it's one of the good boards. What are we going to get here? It's Gulashki. I mean, it's a nice 85 rated, 8k coming in, which isn't bad. Some other cards in there that we can make use of somewhere down the line. And that leaves us then 2 premiums, 1 prime, 2 rares, and a rare mixed players pack as well. So let's get into the rare mixed players pack. We've packed, I think, 1 icon out of these last year from League SBCs. It's not a board or a walkout, so no luck for us on this occasion. It would be nice if we could hit 1 more big player. I mean, I don't need necessarily... Obviously, I need anything and everything, but I don't need... Oh, he could be worth a bit. Yeah, see, another 700-800 coins just for a bronze. Yeah, I don't need anything for the club right now other than huge players, right? So let's get these guys sold up. We'll just drop him up for 1,400. If he sells, he sells. If not, I'll add them back to the club afterwards. But the account all of a sudden is in a really healthy spot. So Prime Election Players Pack. We'll open 2 Rare Electrums last as well. Let's see if we can get another board or walkout. Not here, sadly. So even just 1 more board or walkout out of these 4 packs would be nice. Obviously, packing a Scream card would be pretty phenomenal. Any Bundesliga silvers would be quite nice as well. I'm going to keep hold of him. Serie A silver. Probably going to be worth a bit when the Serie A SBC comes out. That leaves us, before we get into some Foot Champs gameplay, guys, 2 premium gold packs. And that's a board or a walkout. No. And 2 Rare Electrum player packs. And then before I do start the Foot Champs games, I will get you guys a look at what the squad is. So whatever we're actually going to start with regards to the team for this weekend league, whatever I can do between now and tomorrow when Foot Champs starts, we'll do another quick little intro segment and just show you guys what we've got going on. So here's our secondary 25k pack, so nothing out of that. So not really great. We've got an 85 and an 84 with 2 packs to go. We've got Thorgan Hazard there, Joel Matip as well. Nothing crazy by way of players though, but you can't always get crazy players, can you? And here we go, 2 Rare Electrum Players packs. EA, come on, hook us up with something out of these. We start with nothing in the first one, so it's going to be this last pack that's going to be the big one for us, potentially. What we got in here though, EA? Nacho Fernandez, Jesse Lingard, Musacchio. Oh, Tuan Zebe in there as well. Is he worth anything? Not yet. I'm sure he will be somewhere down the line as well. Lingard and Lucas Vasquez probably aren't even selling, to be perfectly honest. The gold market right now is so low. And last but not least, guys, before we move on to what our team will be, come on, hook it up, EA. We have got a board or a walkout. Come on. It's not a walkout. Be a good board. It's not going to be a good board. It's going to be a terrible board. It's going to be either Kramaric or Mandzukic. It's Mandzukic. We do get a blue Zielinski in there, so that's not too bad. A French silver as well. He might be selling. He's not yet. I'll hold on to him. Chinese silver. He could be selling. He's not. Wow. Romanian, Ukrainian, Bundesliga 2. He's probably not selling either. So there you go. That wasn't too bad, mind you. We've got some alright players in there. A little bit of stuff. But typically speaking, no major upsells there. And then Casemiro sold. So 200k in the bank, guys. As I said, I'm gutting the club for consumables and stuff right now. I'm working hard. I want to start turning this 200k into lots more. And yeah, as far as the team goes right now, I am going to have to go and buy an Anchor Chem style for PK. I kind of want to just go and buy Sergio Ramos as well. PK and Ramos, and then Vasquez has got to go for a CDM. So I'm going to play 4-2-3-1, I think, this weekend league. Or maybe I'll switch back to the 4-2-2. But either way, yeah, I need to get a CDM instead of Vasquez, who I'm only playing right now to complete the objectives, which I should hopefully have before the day's up. But other than that, our team is looking pretty goddamn nice. The fact that we got 3 Screamer cards in this team is mental. fact that 5 of these players from this team are players that we earned is also pretty mental. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the intro, guys. So I'll be right back with the squad. All right, guys. So this is the squad we are going to be rocking. I've made one change, really. I got rid of Eder Militao and I popped in Sergio Ramos. I wanted him more as just... I know Militao is fast as well, but I wanted Ramos for the high tier defending and physicals, great reactions and composure, and then really good speed to go alongside PK there, who isn't slow, but isn't fast because of that lower acceleration and that low balance. But I'm hoping that this centre-back pairing is going to prove good for me. Now, we are going to use Mohamed Salah for this weekend league. I may sell him afterwards. Getting Mane would be way better, or even getting Sané and then going and getting, someone like Kante or Royce for that centre midfield spot would be ideal. And then the rest of the team is as you see it. Now, I'm going to be playing 3 different formations and tactics throughout the course of this weekend, depending on my opponent, what level they are, how the game's going, and so on and so forth. So the first tactic that we're going to be playing is the 4-4-2. We're going to be playing balance and long ball. We're not going to be playing drop back. And you can see there from the formation, I'm going to be playing Dzeko and Messi up front, Salah on the right, Vasquez on the left, Ozil and Guardiola in the middle, with the back line being as it normally would be. We're also going to have a 4-2-3-1, and this is just going to be one where I'm just trying to see out a game, but only against like strong opponents. If I go 2-0 up against someone who's not great, I'm not going to be like, oh, let me switch into drop back 1 depth and try and see this one out, because it'll be for the reserve, probably for the later games anyway, in those occasions where I'm like, all right, this guy's really good, I'm struggling to hold on, we need to do something. We are going to have Vasquez initially in the CDM role, with Dzeko up front, Messi, Ozil in the middle, Salah and Messi on the wings. However, this will be one of those occasions where likely Rajan Angolan or Doucouré is subbed on to that CDM role. And then I'm also going to have a formation of, okay, I need to get back into this game ASAP. Fast build up, pressure on heavy touch, real high depth, 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, just so that we can overload the centre point of the field and try and pin people in. Salah at cam, Dzeko and Messi up front, Vasquez and Ozil in the midfield, Guardiola in at CDM, and the back line the same. So that's the squad, guys, and that's where we're at after getting everything set up, completing that PK SBC. Let's get in to our first 4 or 5 games. All right, guys, as we go into the gameplay, you might notice there some cool light. You might be thinking that is cool light. That's what they're called. They're called Cool Light. Appreciate Cool Light sending me some products. You're going to see this develop over time. It does some cool color patterns and stuff and so on and so forth. And we're going to try and develop the whole wall into like a cool N. I remember that Minecraft that I used to do on stream, guys, where I tried to put the N together. Man, it was tough. Anyway, guys, the first thing, first comment I want to take is from John Blaine. He says, what's the point of all these high-rated cards when Rodrigo, Sarr, and Ryan Fraser are just as good as all of them in-game every single team I play? I would say that is a little bit more to do with you than the game. But I also think that whilst EA are doing their best to condense the skill gap, there is still a skill gap. You saw me play a guy last weekend who had Ryan Fraser at centre mid. He had like Luke Shaw at left back with no chem style. And he had just generally a terrible team, right? Like a real starter, like 30-40k team. It wasn't very good at all. And he battered me. So, he was a top 100 level player. He ended up putting me to the sword, even though my team was way better. And the team that I have today, which, by the way, I dropped Dzeko and started using Giovinco up front. Whatever EA have done with this new patch with nerfing the shooting, Dzeko he scored 1 goal for me in like 3 games. So I was like, look, I got to get rid of him. It's not that he wasn't scoring goals. I don't mind if I'm just getting outclassed or if I'm scoring goals elsewhere. But I was creating chances with him and he was missing sitters. So I thought, you know what? Giovinco's that high agility player. The high, good shooting, good skill moves and weak foot, nice and small. Let me bring him on, and he's been a joy to play with. So we brought him on. But even with my team, I'm at 95 team chemistry. We've got Vasquez or Bathketh or however you want to say it. Like you see there, I'm in 4-4-2. We're playing Vasquez out on the left mid, Salah out on the right mid. Like my team's good, but not full meta. There's obviously some meta players in there, Messi and Salah specifically, but it's not full meta. And I don't expect really to have too much troubles with the way I play or who I play against or the games that I win or lose until I get still to about my regular form, which my form is about 13 to 15. Once I get to 13 to 15 form, that's when I really start struggling against people. which is good for me because that's the high end of the form, the form cycle, I guess. But yeah, I think if you're like a +8 player on average and you use a dead team compared to your super team, you'll still get about the same amount of wins per weekend. It's just the way the matchmaking works. So it does give some reason to not always necessarily upgrade your squad immediately and straight away and use what's on offer for you, in your hands. Use the cards that EA are giving us. Use those Scream cards that you've managed to grind out. Use that Icon that you've managed to pick up. Use the Ndombele that we managed to get early on. Use those cheap SBCs like Giovinco. And if you did Chong, use him. Why not? Because, you can still get about the same out as what you put in. And also, I tweeted this out, and I want you guys to really understand that I mean it right, like where I'm coming from with this. Don't worry about your results in this game. It doesn't matter. We already this week, we've done 4 sets of Weekend League rewards, and every single week, the top 100 players have been shafted, the elite players have been shafted, the gold players have been shafted, and it's very rare to get anything good out of anybody's rewards. And so we're all fighting for these rewards and forgetting the reason why we play FIFA in the first place, which is to play a football game and have fun. And so I tweeted out that I'm just going to play with players that I want to play with. If it costs me wins, it costs me wins. If it means that I get gold too. Even I'm trying. I want to promote, in spite of sometimes when I'm dabbing and shushing and stuff. But I want to promote healthy engagement with FIFA, even through champs and rivals. And the best way to do that is to just stop being concerned about your results. Now, I may be here now. I'm 4-1 after these first 5 games. This is the game that I lost. Pretty tough game to lose. I was generally in control, but my opponent was good. He had a strong squad. But even after this game, I was just like, whatever, man. We just carry on. And funnily enough, there was a comment about me trying out 3 at the back. Finn says, Nepo, I play 3-5-2 and I think it's a good formation. Can you try 3 at the back in Rivals? I want to hear your opinion on it. 3 of my 5 opponents had 3 at the back, and it was so difficult to break down. Now, I've tried 3-5-2 a couple of times, and it was... I couldn't grasp how to play it. I might give it another shot, because I think if I put, who do we have? PK, Ramos, and maybe Robertson in centre-back, Semedo at right mid, Salah at left mid, Giovinco, Messi, and Ozil as cam and 2 strikers could be good. With Guardiola and 1 in my midfield, we'd have options anyway. It would be potential, but I wouldn't want to try it in champs, because although I do want to have fun with gameplay, I think it would be foolhardy of me to just completely switch up a formation that I'm not experienced in. Like that's just asking to actually wind myself up over the Weekend League. But yeah, the 3-5-2 definitely has its merits. I want to try it out again. I went back to the 4-4-2 actually for this Weekend League, and that's what we're starting in. We've then got... Alex says, Zuma probably won't make that much money because Ajax versus Chelsea were in last week's UCL marquee matchups. Love the vids and congrats on the big pulls. Well, thanks. And you're absolutely right. The point was more to the fact that the blue cards in general are really low right now and probably worth your investment and worth your time, because if you just go and pick up, like, let's say you don't want to go unassigned, which we'll get to as a last point for today's video. Let's say you don't want to go unassigned. If you just buy 1 of each player, worst case scenario, you just have those players sitting in your club. If they go up in price, boom, you sell and make a profit. If they don't, you can just leave them until they either A, make a profit, or B, you need to use them, or you can just put them in an SBC. Because they're so low, like I say, you can't really make a loss. And then there was a comment saying, Banjo says, what does unassigned mean when he's talking about traders? So basically, you only have 100 trade pile spaces, right? However, if you bought, say, 150 Luke Shaws, right? You've got 100 on your trade pile. The other 50 are, you have to, like, you press B on them and it says sort items later or whatever. And so they're just in your unassigned pile. And that means that you can't really do anything in terms of packs until you assign those cards. So if you want to open a 50k pack that you picked up, or a bronze pack just to try and BPM a little bit or whatever, it will say, sorry, you have some items to deal with. And so you either have to discard or sell those extra 50 Luke Shaws, or you just remain and keep them in the unassigned pile, back out again, and that just means that you can't open packs until you've sold them. And what a lot of people do is, like a time like right now when certain golds are at an all-time low, is they will just go and buy 200, 300, 400, 500 of like players, you know, let's say you go buy 100 of 5 different players from the Premier League that are super low and you're expecting to go up in price. You've just got to wait until they do go up in price. You've got to wait until that 6 p.m. content drop that makes them boom, and then bang, you can sell them all on, make crap ton of profit. But in that meantime, you can't open any packs. But that, guys, is going to be the end of the video for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.